Dance Arts of Columbia provides fitness fun for everyone from 3 years old to adult. Dance Arts is a good environment where the friendly staff makes you feel comfortable. Dance Arts feels that dance is an art form that you can experience firsthand by learning tap, jazz, modern, musical theater, lyrical, and ballet. Dance Arts urges you to enjoy a sense of accomplishment while getting fit and having fun. For class information, call 875-1569. Dance Arts of Columbia, serving Columbia since 1979.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Monday, February the 22nd. Good to have you with us today. You know, February is Black History Month. Throughout this month, we have featured several segments with the State Historical Society and JOAN STACK dealing with Black History Matters. And today, JOAN is back, and you brought a professor with you, right?
That's right. And, I'm serving on the Black History Month committee this year, and this is one of my fellow members of the committee, Daive Dunkley, and he's going to talk about some very interesting things that are coming up.
All right. Professor of the Department of Black Studies, Daive Dunkley. Good to have you on Radio Friends.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here.
Now, what is it that you want to let our listeners and viewers know about with Black History Month?
Well, we are having a lecture by a famous social historian, Professor Verene Shepherd, on the 25th of February, and in Neff Hall, which is right next door, at 6 p.m. And she's going to talk about racism, reparation, and reconciliation. And it's being framed within the context of the International Decade of People of African Descent, which started in 2015.
Yeah.
And also very importantly is that she is a working member of the UN.
So she's got some impressive credentials behind her.
She does.
How did you manage to get her to come to Columbia?
Well, she's a former teacher of mine.
Oh, okay.
And
so
now we're
a little
colleagues.
Connection there,
yes. And now we're colleagues. She was one of my undergraduate and graduate teachers, and we kept in contact. But because before coming to Mizzou, I was also teaching at the University of the West Indies. Mm-hmm. So she was a colleague during that time as well.
What are you hoping will come out of this presentation?
I'm hoping greater understanding. I am hoping that people will come out of it understanding how racism affects the lives of everybody, not just the people we think of as the victims, but also how we can possibly contribute to racism in our support for certain views, certain institutions, and certain practices in the society. Because people often think of racism as an individual thing, that if I am not racist, then it's okay. But you may well be a part of a practice or an institution that is inadvertently promoting racial disparity, and so you become part of a problem which you are not very aware of. So I'm hoping that this lecture will help people to understand the intricacies of how racism works, and then with that kind of understanding, we can begin to have a clearer conversation as to how we can reach reconciliation.
So you think what you're saying then is that you feel that some people are part of racism and not even realize it?
We all, let's put it this way. If we focus on the broader issue of inequality and discrimination, it then becomes even more clearer how we all can be a part of a problem that we don't personally invest in. We, for example, a privileged person in terms of your class and your status, you can be a part of perpetuating economic inequality if you are consuming resources more than you need. For example, to make it very simple, if you're wasting, right, you can be a part of environmental degradation if you do not conserve, if you do not participate in recycling and all of these things. So there are different ways in which we become a part of the problem without even realizing it. And this is not to say that I'm trying to either make everybody complicit or exonerate anybody. What I'm trying to do is to let us understand that we're dealing with, as the student said, a systemic issue.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel that good will come out of this?
I'm a very optimistic person. I think good can come out of most things that we do if we go in intending to
with
make
an open mind.
Yes, and intend to make a change. That is why I teach. I think that I have the power to positively impact on young people's lives. If I didn't believe that, then I wouldn't even bother with teaching.
Okay, how old are you?
Okay.
I wanted. What the reason I asked you is how old are you?
Right.
I wanted to ask you if you have seen a change in your lifetime.
Okay, my age range is between the 30s to the 40s.
To the 30s or the 40s. Okay,
Right.
In that age range.
Right.
Have you seen a change for the better in your life?
I have seen changes in my own life personally because of opportunities that were given to me based on certain developments that have taken place since the Second World War. Mm-hmm. I am a beneficiary of the Civil Rights Movement. I'm a beneficiary of the Black Power movement. I'm a beneficiary of decolonization in the Caribbean, which is where I originated. So I have seen changes in my lifetime that have affected me positively. I have benefited from more access to education for poor people because my background is what we would describe in scholarship as a peasant background. Mm-hmm. So and I managed to do a PhD, and that was inconceivable at one point, but no, it is not. When in my class, in fact, a student of mine asked me recently to write a recommendation for her to go to law school. And when I read her statement and her background, this is not the traditional law school applicant. It was not middle-class America. It was from a single parent household. Her mother was a black woman who was extremely poor. She had to be on supplementary income with welfare checks, and now her child is applying for law school at a Research One university.
Yeah. I hope
that's change.
Yes,
right.
It has changed.
Right.
And I hope the event. What day is it again?
It's on the 25th of February, 2016, at Neff Hall, room 204, and it starts at 6 p.m.
And it's free and open to the public.
It's completely free. All you have to do is come, sit, listen with an open mind.
With an open mind.
Yes.
I was going to add that. Yeah. Professor Daive Dunkley, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you.
It was a delight meeting you. Meeting you. And JOAN STACK, thanks for bringing the professor with you today.
Thank you.
All right? The State Historical Society. We're out of time for today. And this pretty much wraps up our 3 series with Black History Month with State Historical Society.
Well, thank you.
Tomorrow we've got the Columbia Art League and Capital City Players on. Our program directed by Travis McMillen, Reynolds Journalism Institute. Audio, Pat Akers from KBIA. Our floor director is Ariel Sierra. And our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mauser. Something you'd like to hear or see, drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. Have yourself a nice afternoon. Bye-bye.